Hello YouTube, my name is James Klim. Welcome to Red vs. Blue Season 10 Episode 22. The final episode of Red vs. Blue Season 10. And I'll be doing a review on it. The link to the episode is in the description. Go watch it, come back, hear my thoughts. Once again, it's just me. Matthew Lake's playing Halo 4. Chris is at work. And Zedd's with his family celebrating Halo 4. And I'm here by myself. I'm going to go to the midnight launch in about less than 4 hours, but I have time to do some commentary, so I'm reviewing episode 22. In my last review, I reviewed episode 21, and I gave it a C just because it was, 50-50, moderate, or whatever. I'll be doing a review, obviously, of 22, and I'll be doing my... we're going to make a video later on where me, Chris, probably Zedd, and Matt will do a Season 10 overview of all the episodes and give our final opinions on the entire season. And... but right now, it's just episode 22, and it's just me. But in that video, he'll probably talk about the entire, episodes 21 and 22, all that stuff. So I hope you enjoy my viewpoints. And I have a lot to say. Most of it is not positive, but I hope you hear me out, and I hope you can respect my opinion. And let me know your opinions. And if you think my opinion's full of shit, let me know why. But don't, try not to be a douche. So, episode 22, Carolina and Church go into this room where the director is, and he's watching a video of Allison over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like I said, he tried to duplicate her multiple times. Assassination! He tried to duplicate her with all the text robots, but of course that didn't happen because there were so many text robots, and, he failed doing that. And, Carolina and Church stumble upon him. And Carolina wants to get revenge on the director, and Church is pissed off, and he wants to kill the director. And I don't know why, but in seasons 9 and 10, except for this episode, every time they showed the director's face, they would always cover up his eyes. I don't know why they did that, and honestly, I always had a picture in my head of what he looked like with his eyes, and when they revealed them, it looked just like I imagined it, because it was really easy for me to tell what his eyes looked like. Like, there was no scars. He was an old man, and he looked depressed as hell. And this is what I don't get. Carolina, throughout all season 9, season 10, I want to kill the director, I want to kill the director, I want to kill the director. She gets a chance to kill the director, and then her personality just completely changes at that particular moment instantly. Like, it does a 180 flip. And I didn't get that at all, because never, ever, ever in any scene before this do we have scenes suggesting that she might change her ways for the director. It's always been the same. I must get my revenge. And then she just instantly spontaneous says, "Oh, I'm not going to kill you because I feel bad for you." Like, I know the director looks really upset, and look at this dumbass trying to be a douche, and I melee him through the glass. I know the director's trying to, duplicate Allison, and we're supposed to feel bad for him, and that does come across in the episode that we're supposed to feel sorry for this guy. And I felt sorry for him, and so I guess it did work. And I guess I can see why Carolina would kind of flip like that, but it seemed way too sudden to have a character throughout 2 seasons built up on getting revenge on this one character, and then when at the very end, the climax, she just, nope, I changed my mind. So I guess either that was really dumb of Rooster Teeth to do, it just felt really unnatural, or the director's look was just so sad that it just kind of said, okay, killing you is probably not a good idea. And plus, it's not even worth it, so... and then, Church is like, I want to kill you, I hate you for doing all this shit to me, fuck you, essentially. And then they leave the director. And the director, before they go, the director says, "You were my greatest creation." And Church thought he was talking to him, but he wasn't. He was talking to Carolina, because if you don't know, and I actually hope episode 22 is the I actually didn't watch episode 22. I'm pretty sure it's the final one, though. And if it's not, I don't give a shit. I'm going to spoil the whole thing right now. The director's daughter is Carolina. Carolina is the director's daughter, and her mother is Allison, who is Tex's. So Tex is Carolina's mother, and Carolina's father is the director. And that's really, really weird to know that director would do all that shit to Carolina for her entire life. It's a really weird complex, but I don't know, it's just kind of mind-boggling, you know? But yeah, that's what it is. And then they leave, and, you know, Church's like, I'm better than you, I'll always be better than you. And then the director says, seal off all the gates, and tells Sheila, I forget her real name. I'm sorry, I forget all this stuff for Red vs. Blue. Shows how much I care. Oh yeah, Phyllis, and tells her to delete herself. And before Carolina leaves, the director asks for her pistol, and she leaves her pistol with the director. And then sealing off all the rooms will pretty much suffocate the director, and he'll die. But to my opinion, he picks up the gun and he shoots himself. We don't see him shoot himself, but we can only think and imply that, yes, he does shoot himself. Once again, I think is a complete 180 spin degree. Why would you do that? Because, like I said, throughout seasons 9 and 10 and 6, 7, 8, the director always was, I want to recreate Allison. I want to recreate Allison. And I don't want to give up on recreating Allison. So why at the very end does he change his personality just like Carolina does? You know, like I said, season 10... Rooster Teeth told us that season 10 was going to do a lot of things. It said it was going to show us how Maine becomes the meta, and it was going to conclude the freelancer story. Throughout most of the episodes of season 10, nothing happens, and I even said this in one of my reviews. I forget which one, but I said it. I'm like, when we have like 6 episodes left, they pretty much resolved jack shit in season 10. How the hell are they going to resolve this in 6 episodes unless they rush the living shit out of it in like the final episodes? And that's exactly what they did. The final episode feels extremely rushed. Why would you do that? Why would you create 22 episodes only to show story progression in the final episode? Or like the most progression in the final episode? Why would you do that? Why would you have 17 or 18 just dead episodes and then have the final like 4 explain everything? It's stupid. And you can see that I'm getting pissed off about this. Please hear me out. So it just kind of boggles my mind. Why would Carolina just do a complete 100 like a 180 emotional character development flip when she wanted to get revenge on the director, and then she's, oh, I'm gonna change my mind at the last second? Like, that feels really that feels like a humongous contrived plot device, just super forced, and kind of ridiculous. And same with the director. I don't want to stop making Allison. I want to create Allison again. I want to keep doing this. Oh, I'm just going to stop and kill myself in the very end for no effing reason. But I have to because the plot demands it. It's really stupid. I'm going to say that right now. It's just really fucking dumb. I don't know why they did that, because it just throws Carolina's character completely off, and it throws the director's character completely off. Because I'm going to repeat myself once again to get this in everyone's heads. The director does a complete 180 flip degree character switch at the end, which is random, and so does Carolina. Why? And I guess you could say Church does that too, but I mean, he's kind of forced to leave because he's with Carolina and he can't really do anything. But yeah, Carolina and the director do just a complete 180, and it's just really weird. And also, I know this has nothing to do with episode 22, but I have to talk about this. Season 10 said we're going to show the progression of Maine. They didn't show the progression of Maine. They showed Maine, and then they skipped a bunch of shit, and then they went back to Maine saying, oh, he's already fucked up, but we're not going to show that because we're lazy. I don't know. The progression of Maine was very short, very, very choppy. It wasn't the full progression that I thought it was going to be, and it just seemed extremely and incredibly lazy. After that, they go to Halo 4. The director at this point, we can assume is dead, and the Reds and Blues are at new places. Washington is with them. So I am excited for Season 11 to see Washington, you know, being all funny. And he went back to his old ways. He's that goofy Washington. He's not super serious anymore. And then Church goes off with Carolina to some random weapons cache where some, I guess, mercenary rebels get some weapons, and like he goes off with her. And that's Season 10. Maybe I'm the only one that hates or just dislikes the hell out of this season, but I'm kind of upset. This season started off fantastic, and it just went to shit in the end. That's my honest opinion. Season 10 started off good, and then it went to utter shit in the end. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's just, why would you do that? Overall, episode 22, I'm not going to give it a proper rating. Like I said, I can't really unless... Well, I guess I can give it a proper rating. D. It wasn't good in my opinion. I'll be doing an overview. I'm sure you don't like my opinion, but last video I did Forward Unto Dawn Part 5, or no, that's my live reaction of episode, or of the series finale, and then my second to last video was Part 5. Thanks.